Starta inspelning. Stoppa inspelning.
Hi everyone,
Knapp.
this is Sabrina, and today I want to talk to you about my hobbies, how my days look, and how I cope in my everyday life. I'm completely blind, okay? I'm not visually impaired, I'm completely blind. And I got a book, as I told you last Friday, which is an awesome book. It's about tips for how to cope with everyday life for a blind or visually impaired person. Something I don't understand is that how some of the sighted people are so sensitive about the word blind. Because I really am blind. I'm not visually impaired, I'm blind. Which means that I don't see at all. If you're visually impaired, you have some vision. But one thing I really liked with that book is that it had a very good tip for making coffee. I can make my own coffee now, since about 1 or 2 months ago. The problem I'm having is that I tend to spill nearly every time that I'm supposed to take a mug and put the water in the coffee maker because I measure water in mugs. And what happens is that since I spill, I can't get the measurements properly. But in the book, they say I should use a funnel to be able to pour the water in the coffee maker. Which is a really good idea. I've got to get a funnel to try this. Also, there's one section about knitting, one about sewing, and one about crochets. And I love crochets. That's one of the things I do in my everyday life. Right now I'm working on a blanket. It's actually grown a bit since last time. It's grown a bit, but I have kind of gotten stuck with that a little. I remember when I learned to crochet, but the thing is that I don't remember how I would have been able to live without the crochets. It's the same thing with my iPad. I don't know how I could have survived. Now I can't talk right. How I have survived without my iPad because I love it. So what I'm doing every day, I try not to wake up very late because I kind of feel that's a waste of time that I could use for other things. And I often crochet, I often watch things on my Chromecast. I think the Chromecast is a very good thing. And it's been one of my best purchases lately. I'm going to water my plant. As I told you in another entry, I do have plants in my phone. I'm going to try to learn more things from that book. But anyway, I use my phone, I use my iPad, I use my Apple Watch, and my Chromecast. I'm really a geek or nerd. I'm both of them. I'm a geeky nerd. Okay, anyway, I tend to crochet, and I love to play instruments. Mostly my guitar. Music is a very, very big part of me. Soon is my birthday. I'm turning 26. And we're going to have a big party here. And also I'm going to have a party the day before at my father's or with my father. We're not going to be at my father's house, but we're going to be together. And I really love my family. I think they're awesome. I'm really proud to be a Fagerheim. Okay, I do believe I'm catching a cold. That's really annoying. I hope I'm not catching a cold. but I might just have some issues with my voice today. I tried to sing Chandelier earlier today. I love that song. But I do prefer the acoustic version because in the other version they have a lot of autotune, and I don't like autotune. Because that way you don't actually get to hear the singer, what they sound like for real. You just hear the autotune. And I think that Saya is a very good singer without autotune. And I'm really glad she made an acoustic version of that song. Because I really love her voice. Okay, so I'm still working on my flowers. And where is my... There we go. I wish there was something that could make it possible to call for my crochet hook, and it would go like, I'm here! Find me! You hear where I am? But unfortunately you can't do that. Though I can actually do it on my phone if I have my Apple Watch on, and if I'm looking for my phone, I can actually make it say, or make it ring, so I find it, which is a really good feature. I don't have the latest Apple Watch, but it's sufficient enough for me. It's an Apple Watch Series 0 Sports, 32mm. And I'm using an iPhone SE, and I'm using an iPad Pro 9.7. Actually, that's a very new iPad. And I remember when I was going to get mine, because it was a sunny day and I was going to go meet my guardian, and I had a document with me that me and my staff had written, because she found a very cheap iPad, and I went there and I told my guardian that I have a document, you'll either hate it or like it. And I showed it to her, and she went like, I can't tell you if you can do it now or if you can't. I'll have to look at that and I'll check tomorrow and call you. And when I woke up next day, or she actually called me right before I woken up, and she told me that I could get one, I went like, woohoo! Oh, I have to tell you about something stupid I did the night to yesterday. I have my iPad and my iPhone, okay? And I had recharged my iPhone, and I was going to connect the charger to my iPad. And for some reason, I wasn't even quite awake, and I don't understand why I remember this, but I tried to connect my phone to my iPad, and then I went like, why is there a hole in both? There has to be a way to attach them, and it seems broken. I went like, I'll have to call someone to fix it. And then I kind of woke up a little more and went like, because I dropped my phone, where did my charger go? And then I followed the cord to the charger and went like, wait, that's my charger. The other thing I wanted to plug in was my phone. Okay, I gotta count. 1, but that was kind of funny. Couldn't stop laughing. 2. Fine, had to put it on Facebook. 3, 4, 5. I'm working on a flower. 6. I really have gotten stuck. 7 on my crochets and have to work more. 8. I actually use an app. 9. 10, 11, called TapTapSee. 12. It's a camera app which can tell you exactly what it is if you're taking a picture of something. I'm going to see if it actually is on my phone at the moment. I do have a color indicator too. It's a thing that you hold to the object in question. I'm going to show you that first. No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's in Swedish, but we're going to see here. Here we have a yarn. Pink. It's a pink yarn. And also that app that I'm talking about, you can take pictures on nearly anything and it will tell you what it is. This app is in English, but I don't bother to change the... Yay, the app is still there. Okay. So I'm going to take a yarn. I didn't want to open tabs. I got rather surprised there. For some reason it said... Okay, so I'm going to remove this one. That's the timer. Okay, it's in progress. Yeah, it says that the yarn is pink. Okay, that's the timer. I'm just going to say that I love music and crochets and coffee. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And if you like to, you should drink some coffee too. I'm going to take a chewing gum. So I hope your day will be beautiful and awesome. And we're done. Thank you for listening.
Stoppa in.